Hi, today I have the pleasure of introducing Dr. Jodie, who is a homeopath and representative of Baocare. Hi Jodie.
Hi, nice to be here. Thank you very much.
Sure. Jodie, the baobab has always fascinated me. I am intrigued with the pod, the fact that it's a superfood, and the tree is just phenomenal. Absolutely. I remember way back, baobab has always been very good for the skin, and it's been a superfood. And I remember it to be an oil, just a single oil, and subsequently the Baocare range has just expanded. Please tell us some more about
Sure,
that.
absolutely. So, like you said, Jay, the range originally started with just the plain baobab oil. I say plain, but it's anything but that, in that it is a superfood, but it does absolute wonders for the skin. It is very hydrating, moisturizes, and if you think of it in the sense of the tree that has such longevity to it and has to survive through such harsh environments, that Baocare baobab oil specifically is able to provide the skin with the same protective aspects as what the tree has to have to survive the harsh environment. So very protective, very moisturizing, and that is why the range uses the baobab oil as the base for the entire range. Okay, so just to go into a bit more detail about how the range is expanded, the owner decided that because it was such a fantastic oil, very versatile, that it could be used for many different skin types and skin conditions, and just with a little bit of tweaking with a couple of essential oils added to specific products or specific skincare type, that it would be able to do so much more. So starting off with our eczema, so obviously it has the baobab oil base, the moisturizing, the hydration and the protectiveness to it. We've added in some calendula oils. Calendula is a very calming oil, so it helps to calm a sensitive or an irritated skin, as well as Schisandra essential oil work with the calendula and the baobab just to keep that nice, gentle protection, but also calm down a very irritated skin. So it can be used in cases, you can think of things like eczema or psoriasis, very dry skin conditions, or just very sensitive, red, itchy skin conditions. So that is the eczema one.
Right. So would it be correct to say that your healing properties are from the baobab?
Correct.
And the essential oils support that?
Correct, yes. So because the dry skin conditions, eczema, psoriasis and such, often need a bit of a repair,
Yes.
that's where the baobab oil comes in, and then the added essential oils is just to provide a supportive role to the baobab oil. Okay. The next product we have here is our nourishing oil. It was previously known as the tissue oil, and it's literally just the baobab base with some added vitamin E. Vitamin E has a very high affinity for skin, in that it helps to prevent scarring, helps to repair damaged skin, so things like wounds and all of that are taking long to heal, burn marks that tend to scar quite badly, stretch marks is a very, very big one for the tissue oil. It's used for those conditions, as well as a dry skin type that just needs a bit of extra nourishment. So that is the nourish oil.
Would it be sort of good as a night oil?
Absolutely. So the entire range could be used day or night, or throughout, however many times you feel you need it throughout the day. Because the baobab oil itself is a very light oil, and it goes to the deeper layers of the skin, it doesn't create an oily surface on the skin, it is well absorbed, can be used any time of the day.
So under your usual moisturizer?
Yes, absolutely. Can be used, yes. Right, then we have the clear, which is, it's now named the clear. It used to be previously known as the acne oil, and obviously it's self-explanatory. It is the baobab base, very, again, healing, hydrated, moisturizing, but it does have some added in essential oils such as tea tree, evening primrose oil, to help calm down a very overproductive, oily skin. So the linoleic oil, which is a naturally occurring linoleic oil, it's not a synthesized linoleic oil that's been added to this. It's naturally occurring from the essential oils that are added in. Helps to control sebum production. Sebum is the anatomical or the physiological word that is used to describe the oil production of the skin. Sebum is the oil itself, so it helps to control the sebum production, to calm it down so that the actual skin clears up, so it doesn't block the pores, and all of that helps to clean out all the bacteria that may sit on the surface.
So coming back to sort of practicality for teenagers,
yes.
Would this oil then after cleansing be sufficient?
I definitely would say yes. Often a lot of teenage skin routines or products that are advertised for teenage skin tend to be very harsh. Lots of deep chemical cleans that strip the skin of all its natural oils, whether it be an overproduction or any of the oils. So skin like that often tends to overreact to the stripping of all the oils, and as such your skin ends up being dry. In an acne skin, that overproduction and then that intense dryness is a vicious circle that just continues.
Yeah.
So I actually like to use this even after a plain face wash. Apply the oil, it calms the oil production down, the natural skin oil production, it will calm down, as well as act as an antibacterial product to help clean any bacteria that have let or have stuck to the skin as a result of the oily surface.
Actually, that's quite interesting, because I think the general idea for problem skin is an over oily skin, and
yes.
Why would one then apply
an oil
to
yes.
an oily skin? And I think you've explained it so
thank you.
Clearly, thank you.
And also, having said that, it is a fantastic product for teenage skin, but can also be used very well in the case of adult acne, or just in the case of if you do tend to have an oilier type skin, that you can use it less frequently perhaps, whatever works for you, but it can be used in that sense as well.
Lovely. Sure.
Right, so then going back, just as our regular baobab oil, the plain, I say regular again, it's very much not that, it is a fantastic oil. We then move on to our radiance. The radiance oil, which was previously named mature oil skin, was produced in mind of a more mature skin, somebody over the age of 40 for instance. However, can be used, any age person can use it. The reason why it was promoted in that sense is that it's got extra pomegranate extract in, as well as jojoba oil, and those extra properties that are added to the baobab oil are great for UV protection, so protection from the sun, which is one of the biggest factors in aging skin, as well as the pomegranate and jojoba also helps to enhance the skin's natural collagen synthesis. So everybody has their own natural collagen synthesis, and as we age that tends to slow down. So the added oils as well as the baobab helps to increase that synthesis so that it has its natural anti-aging effect.
Yes, yeah, I think that's one of our favorite ones.
Absolutely.
Is that the natural Botox?
Yes,
can I call it?
And it is as wonderful for women as for men. It's not specific. It does, obviously the pomegranate does tend to have a more floral scent to it, but it's not overwhelming in any sense. Can be used by a man or a woman if a lady wants to apply it prior to putting on her makeup for the day. It doesn't create an oily residue, so it can go on the skin, let the oil absorb, to go to the deeper layers, have its wonderful effects, and then you can apply your makeup. Yeah. Right, and then the latest or the last product to be launched in this range is our baby oil. So having such wonderful properties, we thought, why not expand it and give it to our kiddies, because it is so fantastic. Because baobab is such a protective oil and has to go through so much to get those or gain those properties in itself, it can be used on very delicate skin. And baby skin is of course very delicate. We've enhanced this one with a little bit of a green rooibos and a couple of other essential oils that can help also calm down perhaps if there's a nappy rash, or babies tend to get rashes for anything. There's not often an explanation, just comes and goes, and can be used for a red spot here and there, something like that, just to calm down.
irritation, bites, and things?
Exactly, yes. So it does have the anti-inflammatory properties, so it can be put on a bite. Rashes, I wouldn't necessarily use an oil on a seeping, wound.
Yes.
There's a lot of other skincare routines around that, but it is great in healing the skin. If the wound is nice and in the process of healing, you can then continue to use the oil. So that's basically our Baocare range. For the purposes of travel, we do also have the skincare kit. Obviously, it comes with the 5 or 6 different oils in a 10 ml size, making it very convenient for travel because you just never know when you're on holiday.
Yes.
Going to the beach, you're going to the desert, something may come up. You have a dry skin, or a different environment may promote an oily skin. You just never know if you need a bit of extra hydration, a bit of sun protection, all in one.
So it's actually quite sort of like interesting to know that we can use these concurrently.
Absolutely.
So it's not sort of use the one and stay away from the others.
Yes.
And
exactly, like you said. So you could use it concurrently, or in the event that a skin flares and it needs a bit of extra, a bit of extra healing. In the case of acne, if there's an acne flare, which tends to be hormonal, as the hormone cycles flare or move up and down, the acne skin may go with that. So it's not necessarily that you will need to use the acne oil for the entire month. You could use the acne during the flare and use the baobab oil as a maintenance oil. Same thing for the eczema oil. Any of these oils can be used at any time.
sure. Okay.
So that is the Baocare range, and then just also to let you know how versatile baobab is in itself. You mentioned that it is a superfood, specifically because it's one of the fruits that has a very, very high vitamin C content. We all know how important vitamin C is now with COVID, immune boosting properties, fiber for the gut, all of that kind of thing. So Baocare is manufactured by the company called Eco Products, who have also now since launched the baobab powder, which you can then take internally as a food supplement, as well as capsules for people who prefer to take a capsule as opposed to a powder, to help you with the management of your immune system, gut health, stabilizing blood sugar levels and such. Very, very fantastic.
And add on to
So if you're feeding the body goodness from the inside, it will obviously reflect on the outside. And if you're doing that and starting, your skin needs a little bit of help to get there, baobab oils Baocare oils are there to assist. Yes.
Lovely. Jodie, thank you so
You're
much.
most welcome. Thank
I
you for having
think this
me.
has been so informative.
Thank you.
And I think my passion is just getting stronger.
Well, that's what we like to hear. There's no reason why anybody shouldn't be using this oil. It is so versatile. It's for the whole family. Anytime, any skin condition, why not?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.